Welcome to the heart of my creative process. In this three-part series, I'm hoping to take you guys through the ins and out of a large order, all the way from the initial sketches to fabric samples and the final product. Today is day 3 of shooting and the vision is taking place as planned. It is a bright sunny day here in Mumbai, but when we started 3 days back, the day was not quite so beautiful. It all began with a wild rainy morning and an idea waiting on my table to take shape.
It is supposed to be midsummer in Mumbai, but the skies have stayed grey for days. This morning, the rain came down hard. Streets flooded, even the new metro did not hold. And on days like this, I really find myself craving color. I've been sitting with this project for a while, starting, not quite starting. Procrastination, a wise person once said, thrives on ambiguity. So today I'm breaking things down the best way I know how to. First, just a list. A map of what needs making. A few cushions, a tablecloth, and some signature runners patched with handloom cotton or silk. Next comes my most favorite part of the pre-process. Imagining the final pieces in paint before they can exist in thread. I render each in watercolor, not to make them perfect, but to make them real. This is where I begin to believe I can fully pull it off. The final finish of these runners have been decided with detailed consultation with the client. These are among the most popular products from my studio. Runners and throws made using vintage, tribal, collectible embroidery. Time now to start swatching the sketch with real fabrics. This striped vintage gaji silk, salvaged from a disintegrating old blanket, will make the perfect edging for the green Banarsi Muga silk runner. Paired with this red Jamabar border, it promises a rich layered finish. Cutting and pasting these fabric swatches next to the sketch is partly about documentation, a way to record exactly what went into each piece. But it is also about grounding the design in something tangible. Later, when I or a client revisit this diary, these little scraps carry the texture, the sheen, and the story of a work that has long been dispatched. As I begin drawing the details of this vintage embroidery fabric, I love how its colors contrast with the traditional Banjara panel beside it. I am often asked where I source these Banjara pieces from. The truth is, they have been gathered over years. and through long-standing relationships with trusted dealers. It takes time to build this kind of network, especially since many sellers are frankly known to send damaged or completely unusable materials sometime. And just like that, the details of the embroidered patch are now down on sketch and the design looks good to go. In the past, I've made a sari using this exact mix of colors and it worked beautifully. So I'm confident it's going to come together well this time too.
So we are set to start composing the next piece, which is going to be this lovely cotton kalamkari fabric. What we have discussed, as per what we discussed with the client, here's a piece I have patched together with vintage embroidery. Now I will definitely walk you through the process of making this one because I still have to make the other piece.
Now it's time to begin the same process for the second runner. A new set of fabrics, a new story to piece together. I'm going to use a yellow matka silk fabric as the edging for this one. Both reversible runners will have cotton backing so that they are versatile and also easy to maintain. As promised, here's a quick look at how I put together a patchwork edge using leftover scraps of vintage embroidery. Most of these fragments are too precious to be discarded, so I make sure I use them down to the very last thread. These patchwork pieces often come with a lot of mirror work, which needs careful planning because those tiny mirrors can easily break a regular sewing machine needle. So now I'm going to start cutting and laying the pieces out to get a sense of what the finished patchwork edge will look like. I try to either avoid stitching over the mirrors or gently pre-shatter them using my scissor before they go under the needle. And for the actual sewing, I always switch to a denim needle. It is sturdy enough to handle these thick, unpredictable layers. The embroidery fragments are then combined with solid fabrics and other scraps, each one chosen carefully to create the composition I really want. Once all the planning is done, I will sit down and assemble the piece on the sewing machine. And so here it is, one finished patchwork edge for the runner. Both sides are done, and now it is time to gather all the elements we worked on today and send them off to the tailoring workshop, where the final assembly will happen. With that, part 1 of this 3-part series comes to a close. My day comes to an end too. It has been a long, fruitful one. I am looking forward to sitting down with a cup of tea now to enjoy the rain. Stay tuned for the next 2 vlogs, where you'll see how these pieces come together, stitch by stitch, into something timeless.